Oh, welcome to the Eyewitness News. I'm Stan the Man, reporting to you live. We're on top of an incredible story that's going on today. A very quirky thing has happened. We are no longer in the year 2018. We have gone through a time warp, and we are in the year 6,000 years ago. We have traveled back in time. We're no longer here in Medford, Oregon. We are now in this quirky place called the Garden of Eden. We're getting reports from our correspondents out in the field that this is an amazingly beautiful place. And it seems to be like a tropical climate there, sort of like a rainforest or even like a tropical island. We're going to check in with Sunny Smith over at the Forewarned Weather Center to learn more about this crazy climate. Sunny, going to you.
Well, thank you, Stan the Man. This is Sunny here. Oh, I just love this tropical climate in this long ago world. It is so beautiful and very agreeable. In fact, I don't even need this umbrella. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Well, back to you, Stan the Man.
Well, that sounds great, Sunny. Thanks for checking in with us there at our Weather Forecast Center. Continuing on in our news tonight, let's head over to the test kitchen and visit our studio chef, Chef Bon Appetit. The chef is planning to whip up a delicious dish for us tonight called the Vegetarian Surprise. Of course, in this early world where we now have been time warped, people only eat fruits and vegetables and grains. No meat will be included in the chef's concoction tonight. Back to you. Welcome back with Newswatch 12. Once again, I'm Stan the Man reporting live to you. This just in. Wickedness and sin have entered this beautiful paradise. Someone has stolen something. It's reported that it was a piece of fruit. Yes, this is very serious, ladies and gentlemen. The suspect's name is Adam. He has no last name. He just goes by Adam. At least one animal has been killed. Blood, yes, folks, blood has been shed for a covering of clothes for him and his supposed wife named Eve, also no last name. Before sin, they didn't need the covering of clothes, but now because sin has come in, they do. This is the first death in this beautiful paradise, and it involves the shedding of blood. Even though this environment is still very beautiful, we see the results of the curse that God has placed on his creation already starting to happen. Hello again. Thank you, Amy, for letting me cut into your talk there to the kids. I have some other very important news that has just come in on our Newswatch 12 Center about this crazy time warp that's going on. We have actually time warped once again. We're not 6,000 years ago. Now we're only 4,400 years ago. A little before the big flood of a man named Noah. Yes, Noah. That's correct. We're guessing that during this early period in Earth's history, there must be some primitive ape men out there. Somewhere out there, and they're probably in the state of evolution. They've been evolving, over time, and they're becoming more sophisticated. Although we already talked about Adam and Eve, who were totally human and completely sophisticated. Somehow they must go backward and turn back into ape people. I'm not really sure, but it's not totally making sense to me. But we are going to instead be going to Wilma. She's going to be our live reporter coming up. We're going to cut into her in just a minute to give us some live investigation of if she's able to discover these primitive ape men and women that are probably roaming around during the time of Noah. Because, we read about him in our science books in school, so it must be true. All right, let me just a second now. Wilma, are you there? Wilma, we're checking in with you. Oh, I've got her, folks. She's coming to you now. Stan, yeah, I got you. This is Wilma. Are we live? All right. We're up here in a secret room. We've been watching what's been going on with this ark and all the people that are living around during this time period where we've warped to 4,400 years ago. I'm trying to be kind of quiet about this because I'm a private investigator and we do things secretively. But I've been looking for these primitive ape-like people to try to talk to. And I gotta tell you, I'm amazed because I gotta keep this kind of quiet, but it's totally wrong! It's like completely false! Oh, did I just say that really loud? Well, I've just been shocked. In fact, these people are so intelligent and so smart, and I'm not talking just right now, I'm talking about from the beginning when God created Adam and Eve, that I think they're actually even smarter than I am. I mean, they have built great cities. I've seen them with my eyes. They've made beautiful, melodious instruments that they've created and they can play. They've created some awesome works of bronze and iron. And I'll be honest with you, they're far from being ape-like. I've also found people living in a variety of different places as I've gone about the land. Some live in tents, some live in cities. Some are even in houses made of bricks. And even some, a few, live in caves. They are highly intelligent people who have chosen to live in cave homes, not because they're cave animals, all right? It's also mind-boggling to see how many people live on the earth already. I always pictured like the early world with just a few people here and there, but the truth is, at last count, there are millions, with an S, of people in the days before this great flood that we can read about historically. That's a lot of people. So I have to compare people then and now, and I have to say that somehow we're really all alike in a lot of ways. I mean, we're different too, but for instance, the people in this pre-flood world live way longer than we do. Like hundreds and hundreds of years longer. But there's one thing that's definitely the same about all of us, and it's that these early people, they're evil and sinning and like naughty and disobedient and bad, just like how we are. Even though this world is like way more beautiful than our world, it's still sad to say that right before this big flood, it was completely wicked and corrupt. Sorry to end on a sad note, but back to you, Stan. This just in, folks. Stan the man here. We have sent out our investigative reporters, including Wilma, to search the world over to see if we could find even one man who was standing for God. And I have exciting news, ladies and gentlemen. One such man has been found. His name is Noah. Again, no last name. He seems to be the only person left on the face of the earth who still follows after God. We will keep following this story and see what more we can find out over this next week about this man named Noah. Well, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time for today. We look forward to tuning in with you next week with more News Watch 12.